Do you see me now?
No, I don't see you. I don't see you.
Oh my God.
Maybe, maybe it's okay.
Maybe, but can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, you're
Okay, so
clear.
maybe after like a minute, like the picture will drop in.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. So, Hussein, how are you? Hope everything is great. How was your the previous session? I had 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. You had also, I think, 8 p.m., right? You had Instagram lives, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah,
What
and
was the
that went
topic
on
all
to
about?
like 10 p.m. So
Ah,
that was starting from rock bottom. So it was basically talking about the entrepreneurial journey from zero to where my it was with a good friend of mine, Saad Ahmed, who like
mhm.
has reached. He's a big company now, fintech company, in 3 countries. But we're just talking about the struggles along the way, because not everything's rosy always. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah, yeah. Mm.
we talk the truth. We ask the hard questions to get the real answers.
That was fine. I will check it out later on. I could not go through the video because I had my own Instagram live,
Yeah,
but definitely it's
yeah.
an interesting topic. I will do check it out later on. And yeah, so Hussein, please introduce yourself over here. Who you are, what you do, what business do you have? Start.
Okay. But is my video in, by the way, or you still don't see
No,
it?
no, I don't see it.
Should I try switching off my Wi-Fi and going on my mobile data?
Maybe. Try that. Try that.
Let me just give it a quick shot.
Yeah, yeah. So that I think there are three people there. So that's my guitar over here. That's an ESP LTD guitar. I have one more guitar over here. Oh yeah, now it's working. Now it's working.
Is it working
Now
now?
it's working. That's not working. I was just because I think there are two
Okay,
people there, so I was
fantastic.
like introducing to my guitar. What do I have? So that they don't feel bored.
Let me just get my Bluetooth because I can't hear from
Yeah. Okay, so Hussein, so do introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, what business do you have, and start.
Okay, so my name is Hussain Husaini. I'm the founder of Flash Deals application, which is my business at the moment, which is a deals and offers app. And I also have a consultancy called HK, which is the Hustle Kitchen. And the Hustle Kitchen is basically not a typical marketing agency. It's more of a consultancy to achieve return on investment for my clients. And
Mm-hmm.
what we say is that everything is a tool, design is a tool, marketing is a tool. It's all about reaching objectives with a good strategy. And previously, obviously, I was the founder of H2M, which was a marketing agency in Bahrain,
Mm-hmm.
and a Londoner restaurant as well, for the guys who know that. So that is me in a box.
Cool, cool.
We're ready to go, man.
Good.
Go hit me with those questions, bro.
So I'm just a bit curious. Well, you just mentioned that you own Hustle Kitchen. So what is Hustle Kitchen all
Yeah.
about? The name is quite interesting.
So,
It's quite different. It's not the typical name that you hear usually, especially in this part of the region, in
yeah.
Bahrain and this part of the region. So what is Hustle Kitchen all about?
Okay, so like I said, I used to own a marketing agency, right? And which
Mm-hmm.
was H2M. Now, when I started Flash Deals, I wanted to be the client and I didn't want to do client work, if you like, right? I wanted to reverse the table there.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I did never wanted to get back into the marketing agency world or
Mm-hmm.
that game unless I could do something different and I can add value in a different way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not, I always enjoy, trying to be, find a market gap and provide some extra value. Because what's the point of me being in a business
Mm-hmm.
where there's 50 other people doing that business, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, and if I'm just doing what everyone else is doing, then what's the point? So the
Yeah.
Hustle Kitchen, HK, now that is my consultancy. So, and the reason, and I like, my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very much out there
Yeah, yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
guy, right?
yeah.
So I need a bold name to match the personality, right?
Hustle Kitchen.
So
Yeah, thank you.
the Hustle Kitchen, right? It's basically we hustle for you. And for me, I found there was a gap in the marketing agency field, because the question we ask is, what are you trying to achieve? What's your objective, right? What is that target you're trying to get to with your sales? And how can we help you reach there and get an ROI, right? Because the ROI question is something that people shy away from, right? Because, you know, you're committing to something that you might not be able to deliver, right?
Right.
So we say, like, for example, sales is a channel, design is a channel, marketing is a channel, strategy is a channel, creating relationships is a channel. These are all just tools, right? So we sit with our clients, what are you trying to achieve? And then we put together a plan to execute that. And we call it the hustle kitchen, because it's your back office to execute and get your ROI.
Okay. I have a question for that.
We're not about designing. We're not about making pretty pictures. Okay. So if anyone thinks that's what we're about, we're definitely not into that sort of business.
I totally agree with you. Now, the question is, we will go towards the road that we discussed yesterday, that you're trying to add value and help people. But I want to know more about what Hustle Kitchen is also, okay? And because we are almost in the same field. So I always like to know, and also inform people what else is there, you know, what's happening in Bahrain especially. And the question is to you right now. Now, you just mentioned something very quite amazing, that I wanted to start a company that not many people, I don't want to do like everyone else. So basically, I don't want to be, I don't want to jump in a pool that everyone is swimming. I want to do something different, right? So everyone is actually, hey, listen, we are a so-called branding agency or marketing agency, they call themselves, and then they actually do some only a design job or whatever. Okay, what is the gap that you have found in the market that clients are looking? What is the pain? What is the pain that you found that clients have, that you came up with a different solution other than those companies or agencies that are in the market? What is your process? What do you do exactly that's different than everyone else?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. So basically, traditionally, like when people think of a marketing agency, right? What I do, by the way, does fall under the marketing agency category, but on a global sense, right? So this is not an art house, this is not a design house. Do you know what I mean? And I think people confuse design with marketing, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, we are smarketing, right? We're not marketing, we're a smarketing consultancy. Smarketing is basically sales and marketing, right? This is the new form. So it's basically marketing and sales have to work hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
So when I take a client on, and with HK, they're mainly dealing with me personally, right?
Yeah.
So I want to get to know my client, get to know what his business is and what his problems are, get to know what sort of sales and targets he's looking for, who his clients are, how he can reach those clients, right? And then formulate a strategy in order to reach those objectives. And at the same time, as a consultancy, it might not be me actually doing the work. Like, for example, I'd be like, okay, well, we need a website, we need to do marketing, but we also need to reach clients in Dubai or Saudi or whatever. Now, I would then give the, like, let's say the website or the design work to someone else, to an agency that does
someone
that, right?
who really knows what they're
I'm not
doing, because you are good at the marketing and sales. Basically what you're saying, this is a client's hand, this is your hand, come over here, let me take you to the right direction, let me take you to where you actually need to go, and then you'll find different channels. You know what, this is what you need to do. For you to do that, you need to work with that agency. For you to do that, you need to work with that company, and basically you're just guiding them.
Absolutely. And at the same time, because like I can speak the language of the agency, right? So I don't try to hide this, right? So I'll project manage for you as well and refer you to the right place, the best man for the job based on the overall strategy, right? But our main focus is getting to that sales target, right? Because look, here's the thing, man. And this is why I said, I started this consultancy, right? When you go to an agency, traditionally people are thinking about make me a website, do my branding,
Yeah.
do my advertising, do my packaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are all great. I'm not saying these are undervalued. I value and respect those things a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But the question we're asking is, no, it's not the packaging. Well, you're a restaurant. You're currently doing 100 dinars a day, for example. Where do you realistically want to be? I want to be on 300 dinars a day. I want to be 400 dinars a day. Or you're something else. You know, you have any type of business. What are you trying to achieve right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go create our strategy to implement in order to reach that point. So it's not about purely the design
Mm-hmm.
element of this, right?
You know,
So what I
yeah.
say, for example, if like, let's talk about online marketing for a second, right? So let's talk about social media. Now, so many people like social media agency. What is that, right? So they're doing your, I call them hello, how are you posts, right? HK Hustle Kitchen is not doing your hello, how, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't the best use of my time, if you like, right? And it's not even a interest point for me. If I'm going to use social media, then I want to go into deep online advertising, create call to actions, create funnels, right? Create journeys in order to get either leads or close sales, right? That is why I would be doing your social media, right? But for your day-to-day stuff, you should go for anyone else that is their job and that is what they're coming. I'm not undervaluing that because everyone needs to do that. But I'm saying, let them do that. I will just focus on the marketing aspect of closing those deals and getting those leads for you.
Perfect. Amazing. Amazing. I like that. I like that. It's basically, I think we think we think, you know, we are alike, you know, we have the same mindset. Like, you know, whenever I go to a client myself and I sit with them and see, the problem is what, Hussein, I will tell you what's the problem with many agencies. See, I've worked 15 years in this field. I've worked with more than 8 different agencies in Bahrain, like only Bahrain. Okay. Unfortunately, agency's reputation is lost amongst clients. Reason is there are a lot of people who consider themselves advertising or branding or let's say social media or digital marketing, whatever they call themselves. They just say yes to everything that the client says. Then what happens when you say yes without thinking the bigger picture, without thinking the macro environment, what's that? For example, let me give an example. I have a client and we went and we sat with the client and said they want to do a rebranding. They want to do complete rebranding. So they're into detergents and whatever. So we said, okay, well, we had a deal. Everything was done. I was like, by the way, do you know that you need to do this? You need to do a little bit of survey. You need to do a little bit of survey of how a bottle of the detergent, because they are changing the bottle also, how the person who's going to even hold the bottle might change the decision on buying this or not only the sticker and the design. So you need to go so deep. Many clients, they don't understand that. And number two is many agencies, they don't educate those clients. And that's the problem where a lot of clients, they don't trust many agencies because of these issues. And then people like myself and like yourself, we want to work with certain clients who will be like, I work with that agency, I lost so much money, I don't want to recruit any more agency. And that's what is happening.
Well,
Don't you think?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, you know, the general consensus in the market when it comes to an agency, right? It's like a mechanic, right? No one trusts a mechanic. You know, they had a bad experience with this mechanic. Like, oh my God, it's so hard to find a good mechanic, right? Because at the end of the day, there's quite a few elements at play here as well, right? So the first thing is, when it comes to the reason they say it's expensive, oh, I spent so much time with that agency or the other agency, right? Is because the fact is that if you as a client, now if you put yourself in the client's shoes and you don't think of it as an agent from your shoes, right? So I am now coming to you and I'm spending 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 dinars with you, right? To make me my branding, my packaging, my ad, my website, right? But if I'm not seeing a return on investment, and I'm not making anything worth more than 5 grand, right?
Yeah.
Or even if I'm not even making 5 grand, now I'm gonna feel like, man, that was expensive. Because the thing is, If you spend 100 dinars and don't make 100 dinars back, you feel like that's expensive. But if you spent 10 grand and you made 20 grand back, you're like, that was a great deal, right? So the thing, but the thing is, from an agency's point of view, because you're focusing, you got to know, is this a design house or is this a marketing or sales house? What is it exactly, right? But everyone uses the word agency, and that's the wrong word because you're not being clear about what you do. So if you're saying you're an artist, then be an artist. You know what I mean? If you're saying you're a web developer, then be a web developer. But like the thing is, you know, if the client is expecting his business to thrive and it doesn't, well, that's because he's also paid for a website. He's received the website. That's a fair deal. That is a fair deal. And the client himself should have that. Yes, the agency is not going to educate him, but I try to educate on this factor. He should ask those hard questions to the marketing agency. I'm coming to you. I've got these AirPods. How can you sell these for me? I don't care whether you're making a website or you're going to do ads or you're going to do social media. I don't want to know, right? I want to know how you can take this AirPod and sell 20,000 of them for me, right? And if you don't sell those 20,000, show me a plan to sell this 20,000 of these, because if you don't, then you haven't done your job, right? And they don't hold you accountable. And obviously it's much easier from an agency side to say, well, here's your website, here's your logo, here's your packaging, give me my 3 grand and see you later. You know what I mean? And that is the miscommunication, basically.
Interesting. Plug management. He's saying that's the strategy planner's job, right? I think
the strategy planner.
Yeah, but the question is, how many agencies that we know that have a strategist? Not many. Yeah, that's a problem. So not many.
That is exactly. So the thing is, like, who is this strategy planner, and who is the stakeholder in the company, in the client's company, basically? That's coming forward with a clear objective, right? And the thing is, most of the time, people are really focused on awareness and the branding, right? Because branding plays a big role. I'm not putting agencies down, right? Because I think branding is really important, and branding represents your value, and branding actually, as you know, positions you in the market as your X price or Y price. And there has to be a cohesive match, because, for example, if you're a cafeteria selling 100 false sandwich, but you look like Lenot on the outside, then there's a miscommunication there. And a client that sees your place thinks it's going to be too expensive when it's not, right? But it's a very good point this guy asked about strategy planning, because who is the strategy planner, right? Because most of the time, how agencies are formed, a bunch of designers get together or a developer gets together and say, we're a marketing agency from now. But then where's the marketing? That's my question. You know what I mean? Yes, you're a web designer, you're a logo designer, you're a package designer. Where is the marketing side? That is my question.
Definitely. Like see, me and you, Hussain, I just want to say this part so that people understand the difference. Many people don't understand, because see, this video, it will be recorded, it will be on my YouTube, it will be LinkedIn, on Facebook. So many people are going to watch this tomorrow and day after, maybe a year from now. So where you're standing over here, which is the marketing side. My business, Muhammad Awad, the brand concept is the branding. Okay? Always when I deal with clients, many clients, they don't understand this. They were like, I want to have a nice branding, I want to have something nice. We don't work like that. We don't work on something nice. I always educate the client. Where do you want to go? Why do you start this business? What is your vision? What are your mission? Who are your target audience? All these details we take, then we create a full branding communication strategy, understanding how to communicate, consistency, relevancy, so on and so forth. So today I sit with the client and say, okay, if you want to do a nice social media digital marketing campaign, let's say we get the digital marketing campaign, let's say, for example, where I come and I'll be like, hey, listen, before we do any digital marketing, before you do any sales, before you do anything, we need to do a small research. What is that research? What I do is I go to your department, to your shops. I talk to your team. I talk to your sales team. I do like a secret thingy over there, and I don't know what you call it. There's a word for it. Also.
mystery shopping.
Yeah, mystery shopping. Thank you very much. So if today Hussain Husaini is doing a digital marketing, and you spend 30,000, or sorry, 4,000, 3,000 BD, and then you come and complain you don't have sales. This is where branding comes in. What is branding basically is, we went and checked your shops. Your salespeople, they don't even smile. Your salespeople, they don't even communicate well. Your uniform, the place, the environment, it's so bad. So I will give you an example. A couple of months ago, I went with my friend to Domino's. You know, Domino's, it has a quite well known, right? So I went to Domino's and Jufair. Sorry, Domino's, for that, but I had to say it over here. So I went to Domino's Jufair. So we sat over there.
Join Flash, Domino's. Domino's, join Flash.
Flash deals, definitely. So I went to Domino's with my friend. We sat, I love their thin and crispy pepperoni. I love their thin and crispy. So we sat over there. Table was dirty. No proper AC. As soon as even when I finished my meal, I asked the guy, "Where's the restroom? I need to wash my hand." They were like, "We don't have restroom." I told to my friend, I will never eat from Domino's again. Even if Domino's puts a digital marketing campaign, buy two, get one free, whatever it is, I will never eat at Domino's again. See, that's a problem. Many clients, they don't understand. They pay you money so much to do their campaign or whatever, but they don't understand that they have to fix themselves internally, culturally. People, uniform, environment, the customer experience. Understand what I'm trying to say? That is the most important thing, and many people don't understand that.
What I think, I mean, look, the thing is as well, is that, you know, every business owner sometimes are in denial, right? So they're going to come to you and be like, listen, my product is the best product in the world. It's just that no one knows about it. Let them find out about it. You know, they're going to love it. I don't understand why my restaurant's not working. I have the best pasta ever made, right? But I don't understand why no one's buying it. Now, what I'm saying is, look, there's nothing wrong with asking for honest advice, right? And you don't come to an agency to be your executioner or your mouse, right? And you should be coming to actually get their expertise, not in terms of, like, obviously we don't know how to make pasta, but we know the customer service and the experience behind it. So bringing back to your point is that, like, what I would say, like, if I was doing a outdoor campaign, for example, and my call to action is a phone number, right? Like, call this number or WhatsApp this number. And then the person picking up the phone doesn't know how to respond to you, or you send a WhatsApp and you get no response, right? Now, all my efforts have gone into waste. And so for me, it's very important as HKs that, like, actually, if I'm going to do a campaign, I need to make sure as a 360 degrees, this is going to be executed. As long as whilst I'm involved, I need this executed because we need to increase those sales, right?
Perfect.
So with me, for example, I don't want to create your website. Do you know what I mean? Again, I want to come back to this, that don't come to me and ask me to make you a corporate website. Do you know what I mean? Let a development agency, a digital agency, make your website for you. What you should come back to me for is, again, what HK does. Look, what do you want to do online? Why do you have a website? Are you trying to get leads, or are you trying to sell a product, right? This is the question. And so depending on what you're trying to do, either I will fix up the copywriting on your website to make sure the message is communicated properly, because no one, you know, can I be honest here? Like, no one cares about your About Us page, right? No one cares about the vision, mission. We're open in 1920. We've been a family business for 100 years. Like, who cares, right? As a customer, I'm talking about. The only person that cares is the owner of the company that has the website, right? What people care about is, what is your product? What is your service? How much does it cost? And how do I get it now? And what problem is it solving, right? So for me, this is the only message I want to be communicating. So I'm like, look, either I can change your website, like as in do edits on it to communicate this message, and that is the number one thing people should see, or I will create a landing page website, a separate page, which only communicates this message, because no one cares about your history, mate. You know what I mean? We need those leads. We need those sales now. And that is where HK comes in, and that's
where the cash is.
And that is the difference, right? So I'm saying now you understand, like, my different mindset of when I'm trying to execute these campaigns and why HK is HK and not like a typical marketing agency.
Okay, now, um, y yesterday I saw your video, which is the Hustle Kitchen. Was it raw, or am I mistaken over here? Hustle
Yeah,
Kitchen.
Raw is the live. Raw is the live. Yeah.
It is the live. So
Maybe.
how's okay? Okay, I got a bit confused then. So raw is the live. Okay. So basically, right now you are in a movement, right? You're in a
Yes.
movement.
Yes.
Okay, let's call it a movement. Please, if you don't mind, because definitely a lot of entrepreneurs, startup companies are going to watch this video tomorrow, day after, whenever they want. And tomorrow, I think Friday, you're going to have a webinar, right? For this
Yes.
for this
Yes.
movement. So please explain
Yes.
to everyone over here what is that movement about, what you're going to explain during the webinar, and how is it going to add value to the people who are going to be participating in your webinar.
Okay, so in my life right now, I feel like I'm in a war. Okay, and I say this to everyone around me, and they might laugh about it, but I'm like, I'm in a war. I'm so passionate about what's going on at the moment because we're all being hit hard, right? So every jobs get lost, everything fails. Do you know what I mean? And so we're never going to do this. In fact, it's going to get worse and
Hussein,
worse and worse.
hello,
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hussein.
Yeah.
Your voice is gone. Can you repeat that again, please? There was a problem with the
Okay.
signal.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay, so what I'm saying is business is the pillar of society and the economy, right? If
Yeah,
business fails, everything fails. So
yeah,
people's jobs get lost. If people's jobs get lost, families can't survive. You know what I mean? Families can't feed. And how are we going to get out of these problems if we don't support business as much as we can right now, right? So that's why
yeah.
it's my passion, right? This is what I wake up for every day. This is before I go to sleep. I'm up at 6. I do my run for an hour, and then I'm like, how can I help every business I can from my side, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
till the moment I fall asleep. Do you know what I mean? Because honestly, I have not watched Netflix. I have not watched any movies, right? We've got too
No
much to do.
way. No way.
I don't watch the, listen. This isn't the time to be watching Netflix and chilling,
Yeah.
right? This is the
Okay,
time
yeah, yeah.
to be contributing and adding back as much as you can right now, right? Bahrain
True.
needs
Yeah,
you, okay? The people
yeah.
need you, business needs you,
True.
everyone needs you. This is not the time to be thinking about how can I profit from this situation. This is the time to be thinking, how can we as a community give as much value back, okay, in order to help everyone survive and thrive so we can get out of this as fast as possible and get out of it smoothly, right?
Agree.
Now,
Agree.
I think everyone should do things on their, like, to their level, right? So for me, I'm not claiming to be some god or some guru. And, you know, if someone's watched my video thinking, oh, you're coming as a messiah. No, absolutely not. Look, if you are a business owner right now and you're hurting, all I'm trying to do is inspire you, give you ideas on how you can pivot from the current situation, not to do it for you, but hopefully make you want to get out of bed and be like, we got to do this. We can't Netflix right now, bro. We've got our team relying on us. We've got our country relying on us. We've got everyone relying on us right now. And yes, you can change your strategy. If what you're doing right now doesn't work, do something else. You've got resources, you've got stock, you've got cash flow. So why don't you use that to actually sell your stock, raise your cash flow, and now be like, okay, well, maybe I'm a flower shop, but I've got a team. Maybe no one's buying flowers. Maybe I could sell this instead. And that is the whole point of the webinar, is to keep you motivated and give you some ideas that will hopefully inspire you to do some movement and change, and not sit at home and be like, oh, it's all over, everything's done, and be depressed, because Bahrain doesn't have time to depress people right now. Right now, step up and help. And the thing is, with Flash, for example, that's my HK side. And with Flash, I'm sick and tired of bullies and monopolies trying to take advantage of the current situation, increasing their prices. And I heard some outrageous price today that really made my blood boil, right? So I had to get into the delivery game because, listen, we're not going to kick someone when it's down, right? So for us as a company, we're coming in and we're saying, look, delivery wasn't even our game. But since we do technology and we have marketing and we can make this happen, then let us, as a Bahraini company, provide a platform for you. So I call it Flash Delivery, the people's platform, right? So this is all for the people. So we don't charge you any commission or any fee because you need every dinar you have right now, and every dinar does count, right? So I don't want people to be like, okay, they're posting on social media, like call this number, call this number. We know everyone prefers to order online. So we're going to provide a technology solution for you, and we're going to provide that to you at no charge at all. So you shouldn't be losing 30–40% of your business, especially when it comes to everyone's discounting at the moment just to survive, right? And then add another 20–30% off. What's left for you, right? So if we as Bahrain do not get together now during this period, then the bullies and monopolies will survive and thrive forever, and we only have ourselves to blame, right? But if we actually could come together hand in hand, so businesses working together, customers working together, and have a solution that not only saves money, but actually helps everyone out as well. Not for now, by the way, that's not some scam. This is gonna help you in the long run, right? And the thing is, another passion project of us is basically for all those businesses that can't do anything right now, right? And I feel for them, man. Like, you know, they can't open their shop. They can't sell anything because of the nature of their industry, right? So what are they gonna do? So they're just sitting down right now. And the question is, how much savings do they have right now to see how long they can survive, right? Because it's a survival game. It's a wait and hold game. And I don't want to see them all close down and fail. And obviously, I'm not saying I can change anything, right? But what I am asking for is the support of this country, because we are launching supportbahrain.com, right? Which is a website. And it's, yes, the Flash team's behind this as well. Okay, it's not for our benefit. This is for those businesses who can't sell anything right now to raise some cash flow. So the customer wins by getting some sort of offer, right? But this business can't get anything right now. So yes, you can buy these offers right now to give some cash flow to this business, which then as soon as he opens up, you can take advantage of that and use that as well. So everyone wins, right?
That's
and
cool.
For
That's
us,
cool.
It's all about Bahrain. So even every transaction we do on this website, we want to donate to the COVID-19 fund that the government started right now. And we want to try to help on every angle that we can. And that's like, this is not me being a hero, right? This is, when I come to my team, I'm like, guys, you're not working for Flash anymore. You're working for Bahrain. So you're not letting me down. You're letting your country down, right? And from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, do everything you can to help as many people as you can. And this is our mission and passion right now. So if there was a mission and vision in the branding world, then somehow you could summarize some of that.
عافية عليك عافية عليك. I'm really happy to hear that, because unfortunately it's very rare to find people like yourself. Very, very, very rare to find. يعني, and to help. Like I've heard. I don't want to mention names, these company names, but you know, like for example, those delivery companies. We all know. Come on, everyone's watching. We all know who are they. It's only one company or two company, and now the mother company bought them out and it became one company. We all know who they are. Okay, they literally take 30, as you said, 35%. So if today I'm selling this sandwich with a meal for 2 DD, and you take, and by the way, I have a lot of friends who are in the restaurant business, and I asked them, are you guys making profit when it comes to the delivery center? They said, no, we don't make much profit. The only reason we use them is because to expand awareness about our restaurant. That's it. That's the whole strategy, by the way. Okay, it's marketing for them. So if today I cook 100 meal and it goes through the delivery service, that's marketing. I'm not making too much profit. So these companies should be a little bit, like as they say, ashamed. شوية, like deep down is ashamed. You know what? Well, let's not charge them 30%. Let's charge them at least 15% for the coming 2-3 months. Let's help these restaurants to help them survive, because without them, we are not there. Without these restaurants, we wouldn't exist. Understand what I'm trying to say? So
this is the problem in a capitalistic world, right? Now, I'm not saying obviously in business you should make money, right? But there's a time and place. Do you know what I mean? And this is not the time. If building owners are dropping rent and their income is rent, you know what I mean? If the government's paying salaries, right, in order to keep people paid and to help businesses out, this is not the time to be like, oh, you need us? Well, then we don't need you, by the way. But if you want us to help you, then it's 50%, 60%. I'm telling you, I'm hearing some outrageous prices as well, right? So, but you know why this happens? Because the problem is that we allow it to happen, right? So and I've been talking about this for years, right? And I was telling all my friends who own businesses, right? And in this field, I'm like, be careful, man, be careful, because you're going to go from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, whatever it is, because if there are no players in the market, you have no choice. You've now given away all your drivers, so you don't even have drivers anymore. So if you want to do delivery, right? And at the same time, you've got one player in the market. If 50% of your business comes from one income source, and that income source says, we will increase price or cut your head off, right? And if you go somewhere else, we're going to bully you into higher rates or whatever it is. Of course, people are scared to make that move because they don't want to bite the hand that eats them. Feeds them, sorry, but that hand that feeds them also eats them, if that makes sense. So this is where we want to come in and be like, guys, we're here to support you as whilst these problems happening, right? So whatever we can do, we will do, and we will provide to at least give you a alternative. But of course, even if I brought every business in the world onto the platform, it will only truly work if the customers, the viewers, the people watching actually ordered from the platform in order to support those businesses as well. It's got to be a full circle. And that's why I say this is not a delivery game for me. This is a movement, right? This is the people's movement. This is us as a Bahraini society coming together to support each other, support local. You know, this is what it's all about.
I agree. There is this Hisham Garashi. He's like, Corona is a morality test. Yeah, definitely it's a morality test.
Absolutely.
Like you know who's, like, for Hussein, I will tell you something. There are four or five companies in Bahrain, okay? Literally after this COVID-19, I'm boycotting them. I'm not going to shop. I'm not going to buy from them anymore or anything, because what Hisham just said, it's morality test. Now you see how they are. You're seeing their true colors during when people actually need your help. During you know, like we are not saying for business owners to like donate. We are not, like, for example, right now I'm doing this Instagram live, okay? I'm not spending any, there's no expense, but it's a help. It's something. It's something. I'm giving is my time. What I'm giving is my time, so that this message can go out there, so that more people can come to your webinar, and through that webinar, people can learn and might help them. And that's what I'm trying to say. So it's not about donation. It's not, people should find ways and how they can add value, how they can help. It is not money. It's not. It could be time. It could be service. It could be money. It could be advice. It could be guidance. Whatever it could be. But we, as you said, we should all stand together. We should all be united. That's the point. That's how it is.
Absolutely. And can I be like totally honest with you as well, right? So if I wanted to enter that game, right, and I said it's a morality test, right? So whilst the business might be tough for a lot of industries out there, right? For me, okay, like I think, like, if I wanted to, like, as HK, right, this is the best time for me to get as many clients to help them out with their problems. I'm not doing that because I don't want to give my time to something right now that is not contributing to my cause. I'm so passionate about this cause, right? You know, they talk about the low-hanging fruit. I see a lot of low-hanging fruit every single day. And it's not something, I'm not even trying to grab that right now. Right now, I really, really, really need to get this movement into a reality. And that is why time like it's not about for me. I want to buy time. I don't want to buy money, if that makes sense. Time is
Right.
more valuable than money for me right now, because we have to do this. We just have to do this.
Now for your webinar, is it on Friday? Friday, what time? What time it was going to be, and which?
It's on Friday. Yeah, it's
And
on Friday.
how can people come and be part of this webinar? Can you just explain the process?
Sure. So the webinar is on Friday at 5 o'clock. All right. And just go to live.hustlekitchen.agency to register, right? I'm not going to be selling you any products regardless of what people think, right? This is purely going to be a 1 hour session where I'll be going through some of the strategies that I share with my clients, right? And some of the things that you could do online, you know, and some of the ideas to maybe inspire you or motivate you to actually go out there and try to pivot a little bit. And hopefully, you know, maybe if that could even inspire one person, then that's fantastic, right? That's all I'm doing. So I'll be sharing those on Friday at 5 o'clock at live.hustlekitchen.agency.
Perfect. And can you share with us over here? You don't need to explain them. Just if you already have planned it, what are the topics that will be discussed over there? Just points. That's it, so that people can know. And because when you talk points, people will be more interested. Understand what I'm trying to say? Well, oh, okay, they will talk about that. I want to check it out.
Yeah.
So what are the points that are going to be discussed over there?
Okay, so we're going to go 360 on this one, right? So the first thing we're going to discuss, obviously, is our morality and mood, and how we as business owners should be stepping up right now, right? And why this isn't a bad time, and it can be a good time. It just depends on how you look at it. So there's going to be generic motivation, inspiration there. Then we're going to go into more specific certain industries. Here's some ideas of strategies on how they can pivot, right? So it might not be relevant to your business today, but if you can see how other businesses are adapting and pivoting right now, it might inspire you to go and change your business model a little bit. Then we're going to go move into the marketing techniques, right? And the sort of tools that you have out there, some tools, you know, and what you can be using. And you're going to be getting a consultation session in terms of my personal marketing techniques that I use, you know, for myself and my clients. And, you know, that I'm just giving away for free, like, so everyone can benefit from it, right? And then, you know, we're basically going to be finalizing that, you know, with a Q&A session. So if anyone has anything specific as well, feel free to ask those questions. So hopefully we can give some value and people watching can actually benefit from it.
Okay. And who are you talking? Are you talking only startups, or is it restaurants? Who are they?
So this webinar is going to be mainly for business owners, right? So, I mean, if it's not relevant to you, then maybe it's not something you should be attending, right? So it's for business owners, marketing directors, operation managers, general managers, you know, people in that sort of role. Where they can actually make some moves right now to try, and they're, you know, involved in that decision-making process in order to be able to make some kind of change.
Okay. There is one person over here who asked a question. Can you share the link here? The question was asked by underscore AAKKAA underscore. Just to tell him, or he or she.
If you go to my Instagram account, it's the link in the bio right now. You can just click the link in the bio.
Or go to my Instagram account, which is the brand concept. And I think the sixth post behind, or fifth post, you will see Hussain Husaini, his picture with the sunglass. Click on that. There is a link. And here you go. That's how you do it.
and it's live.hustlekitchen.agency. There you go.
Okay, there you go. That's Muhammad 337J. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anything else before we end this, Hussain? Anything else you would love to add also, or maybe an advice to all the business owners in the Bahrain who are going through a lot of issues and problems because of this pandemic?
Okay, my main thing right now is if you're going through trouble right now, this isn't the time to sit back. This is not the time. Like, Corona or no corona, right? So this corona is not going to last forever, right? And even if
Yeah.
it is going to be here for a while, if it's going to be here for the next year even, right? By you sitting back at home right now, that's not going to change anything, right? It's actually going to just make things worse for you and for the people around you. So this is a time to actually get up, be more motivated, right? To add more value, and people need you to take that leadership role right now, because this is not the time for you to just sit and watch Netflix, right? Forget Netflix, work on yourself and learn and try to learn as much as you can, because you've got some time as well. The big message as well, guys, because I'm on a real mission here, whoever, please, and I'm asking for the network effect, I'm asking for the Bahraini community. Share the message, right? You know, a business owner that has a product that needs delivery or needs online commerce, send them to me in Flash. And at the same time, share the message that this is the platform for the people, order from Flash. And if we have hiccups in the beginning because we're just launching the delivery service, then please bear with us as well whilst we try to rectify everything, give you guys a smooth operation.
Great. Okay, before we leave, because you said a point, something came up to my mind, which is very important. Hussain, see, me and you, we are quite different. Okay, we think alike. You could say we have almost the same mindset. The way we have spoken yesterday, and I like your style. I told you this yesterday. So I like your style. I like the way you think. Like in my case, in your case, for example, because of this COVID-19. Because I have two businesses. I have the wall concept, I have the brand concept. The wall concept is more of an environmental design, and brand concept more into branding. So people right nowadays are not willing to spend money on branding or interior design, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, exactly what you just said. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do so that I can provide different service, which will be easy, convenient, will be cheap, and it will help many business owners to actually to give them what they need. So I started two different businesses with my partner. Small business, I call it the COVID-19 strategy. I will not mention the name of the businesses at the moment, or no, because I don't want to be associated with it. Understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's a strategy that I'm having. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated in any way with those two businesses. This is something I have created with my partner, and we are marketing it right now. And it's related to branding and design. But for people who cannot afford 100, 200, 300 dinar, it's more of a 5 dinar, 8 dinar, 10 dinar.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this is so I'm trying to give people not a high level but mid-level branding and design with very low cost, so that I can help them as much as I can also, and of course for me to survive as a business owner. Understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this is something that I came up with some ideas of, because I did research. I went YouTube. I have Skillshare. I read books. So I do research, and I came up with some ideas also, so that I'm trying to create content to train people how to start their own YouTube channel, because I'm into YouTube. How to start your YouTube channel, how to DIY social media, design, Photoshop design for non-designers, so on and so forth. So this is something I can teach people also through online, So my question to you is that there are many people, it's easy for you to tell them, because I have tried this before and I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to tell them, you know what, we are right on this pandemic, we are having a hard time. You need to pivot. You need to do new things. And many people, by the way, they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start, how to do, what to think. Understand what I'm trying to say? So what could be your advice? Because in my way, I actually do research on YouTube. I do Skillshare. I read books. That's how I do. That's how I know things. For a person who doesn't read book, who does not check YouTube and all, what advice can you give them so that they can also start thinking more creative and come up with ideas for those people? What can they do? Where can they start?
Well, the first thing I would recommend, right, is to audit yourself and look at what you actually have, right? And don't look at it, forget the traditional mindset. I would go outside the box, and I'd be like, okay, well, I have XYZ team, XYZ products, right? Now, if I was not doing my traditional business right now, which isn't working, right, because of the current situation, how can I what can these people and myself do right now, like other than what I'm currently doing, other than my core business? Do you know what I mean? So like, and then I would put down some ideas, right, as to, what are all the options of all the different things we can do? And then I would make my strategy as to, okay, let's try this, let's try that, let's try that. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. And this is a very important example, and I had a really bad experience and a good experience at the same time, okay? So I needed customer service for Flash, right? Now, I know now that we have delivery, we need customer service, we need a call center, you know what I mean? We need to be able to make sure operation is smooth, right? So I don't have a big enough team to have a call center like 7 days a week, right? So I call, I'm not going to name the company, right? So I call this guy, it was a call center company, right? And I'm like, hey man, how's it going? He's like, yeah, how can I help you? And I'm like, who do I talk to for business development, right? And he's like, you're talking to him, like so demotivated, right? And I'm like, what's wrong, man? Are you having a bad day? Like, you know, and he's like, no, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, man, cheer up. I'm a client, I'm a prospect calling you right now to give you business, bro. This is, if you're a call center and you're talking to me like this, how am I going to feel about how you're going to service my clients, right? The thing is, I'm like, and you know, this is my nature anyway. So I'm like, what's wrong? How's business? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, you know, this Corona, COVID-19 situation is really screwing us right now, right? And I get that, right? I was like, but I don't understand, man. Okay, so he never sent me a quote, okay? Just to put it out there, he said I didn't send him an email. A few days later, I'll follow up with him. Yeah, I'll send you the quote. I'll send you the quote. I still don't have a quote till today. You're sitting there crying about not having business, but you're not going to give me a quote where I'm going to bring real money to you, right? So that is one problem. Like, you need to change your mindset. You need to be active and be like, you're going to need to close every deal you can right now. But at the same time, I'm like, why are you upset, man? I was like, you know what? He's like, I have so many ideas for you as a call center, right? This should be the best time of your life right now. And he's like, oh, then why do you come and just buy my company? I was like, well, I'm not coming to you to buy your company, right? I was like, but you know, if you're saying that, then sure, we can have a conversation as to how we can work together. Because you know, think about this. No, think about this for a second. You're a call center. You now have lost clients because of Corona. You now might have bills to pay, right? I don't know how to pay them, right?
Okay.
And you're like, oh, the economy's bad. Oh, let's sit down. Let's be depressed. No, man. Think about what's going on around you. Every business now is selling online. Everyone's doing delivery. Your call center, your customer service point, adjust your price. Be that professional service, that SaaS product that everyone can use and outsource their customer service to, and bring live chat in, because every platform is going to need that right now, and you take care of their live chat as well. You should have hundreds of clients. You shouldn't be sitting there crying right now, right? And it's just simple things like that you know, you wonder why not. Do you know what I mean? So like when we're talking about a printer, okay, when you remember the print shops were closed, now they might be suffering because people aren't paying them on time, right? Businesses aren't paying them on time because B2B, everyone's like, we're all suffering. So like getting receivables might take time, right? So now here, why are you pivoting into B2C, right? You've got a printer, again, coming back, and now it's an ecosystem's developed. So if everyone's delivering, then you should be having, here's my ready-made product. Do you need a bag? Do you need boxes? Do you need packaging for your delivery? I've got them here. I'll just put your logo on. Boom, there we go, right? Thousands of businesses right now who never delivered before, who need your product right now. It's just how you approach it, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can sit there and give up, or you can think, this is the way to do it. You know what I mean?
Based on what you just said, yesterday I had a long meeting with a production company. You know, they do this digital production, banners and all. So I sat with the guy, and he has like 3 printers. You know, they do roll-up stands and all that stuff. And he was like, Muhammad, you know, we are not doing well. Business is down. All the events are shut because they are totally dependent on events in Bahrain. So there are no events anymore. Everything is down. So I was like, so do something else. He was like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. I was like, to be honest, if I was your place and I have all this machine, I have this team, I will print, create products, create a canvas, design, whatever, and sell it on Etsy.com or Amazon.
Yeah.
I have the products, I have the materials, I have the printers. I just need to print them. Then I tell him, now you don't only have service, you start creating products. And then he was like, okay, from where should I get designs? Go to Shutterstock.
They're ready-made. Make,
Go to Shutterstock.
there's kids at home, make board games, make fun
Make
card
board
games for them and
games,
sell
do
that to them.
something, sell them online.
Use your resources to create products, man. You know what I mean? To sell to them. So like, for example, and by the way, the great thing about digital, again, is you've got targeted marketing, right? So if I owned a print shop and, you know, maybe I'm making t-shirts right now, and those t-shirts might say, survive Corona on my birthday, right? And the reason I bring birthday as an example, I could go into my Facebook ads and I could say, well, people born in this week, I only want them to see my ad, and people feel it's so personalized to them. It creates that more attraction that makes them want to buy that product, right? So you go hard on your B2C marketing, and that is what I'm talking about. There are many different venues you could take. Now, Shaib's talking about how do companies get acquired. Shaib, when I get acquired, I'll let you know the answer to that question. But no, honestly, honestly, you know, you do need your traction, but you also need to have some monetization, or you need to be making some movements, and you know, obviously, raise. You know, you need to raise an IPO, right? So. When I do get acquired, though, I'll let you know the answer to that question. It is the goal of someday that I would like to follow to.
Inshallah, definitely. Okay, Hussein, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Good luck for your for Friday's webinar. I am definitely going to check it out. I will be there. And God bless. God bless Bahrain.
Thanks for your time. Everyone take care.
You too.
And spread the
Take
love
care.
and spread the word. All right. See you guys later.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Love.
Take care.
Much love. Peace.